Hey Turtle fans, it's the White Foot Soldier bringing you another TMNT review. Today we're going to have a look at two more of the good guys in the new Rise of the TMNT cartoon. So we have Splinter on the right and April O'Neil on the left. Now looking at these two right away, we can see they're very different from any other versions of these characters. So, you know, my personal opinion, I'm not really a huge fan of either one of them as far as their character designs or how they act in the show, but I needed to get both of these because I want to collect all the figures from the line and try to support it, as I do like some of the other characters. So let's just flip these guys over and see what we have in their bios. First of all, we see obviously Splinter on the front, the Chill Master, which we know that Splinter is not the Chill Master in anything else, so right away we can tell that character is different. Turn it over, you can see the bio there. Weapon of choice TV remote and a tail for operating the remote, so we see again that very different version of the character. And if we have a look at April, turn her around, and there's her bio, baseball bat. So yeah, so let's break into these figures and check them out. And now that we snapped them out of the plastic, let's have a look at them. First we'll look at Splinter, and this is obviously the first time I picked it up, so this is going to be a learning experience for both of us here. If we twist the arm, we get some shoulder rotation. There's nothing in the elbow, so just ball joints in the shoulders. We do get a, let's see, oh, yep, I'm gonna say the head does rotate. We get a swivel in the waist area, and the legs, you know, looks like legs don't really move unless they're just tight. I don't think they kind of slide back and forth, I guess, a little bit, but not a whole lot of articulation there. The figure does stand well, so there's no balancing issues. Let's see, does the tail twist around there? Snap it off. Yeah, the tail moves a little bit. You can hear hard plastic. So let's check out the paint. We can see there's a little bit of sloppiness on the eyebrow there, just some yellow from, looks like probably from the eye. It's not really missing a whole lot. Maybe on the whiskers there, there's some paint apps not on there. Let's see. Looks like that's about it. So there's not a whole lot missing. The figure itself is a good interpretation of the character we see on the TV show. And let's see what he comes with here. So we'll check out his accessories next. There is some hope that he will evolve into a leader that we all know he can be, and that was mentioned by the creators of the show already, and this is a good indication too, because we get not only his walking stick, but it turns into a sword as well, just like we got in some of the other figures from different versions of Splinter. So that's pretty cool, and that's a little bit flexible, but it is kind of a hard plastic. So kind of the typical accessory that we would see with this character. And we also get some throwing stars, and they're the same throwing stars that come with the turtles, if you saw my previous review. And if we look at Splinter's hands, we see that one is closed and one's opened up, so it looks like that this should slide in there nicely. His walking stick does fit in his hand. We'll set him off to the side. Let's have a look at April next. You can see obviously right away, if you're not familiar with the new cartoon, April is no longer a white character. She will be an African-American character. So this figure, you can see it's quite a bit smaller. Something I noticed right away when I picked this up, the hands on it actually are rubber. So that's kind of new. There's not any articulation in the wrists or, well, I guess, yeah, the wrists. And we do get some articulation, I guess, towards the elbow, a ball joint in the shoulders, ball joints in the hips, and what do we got there? Yeah, we get some movement in the knees, and there isn't any movement in the ankles. Now this figure being small, having the small feet like it does, I noticed whenever I was setting it up, it does have a little trouble getting the right pose to stand, just because it is such a small figure. We get some articulation in the head there. We can spin that the whole way around. We can see she's got her glasses on the top of her head. Those aren't removable. As far as the paint goes, everything looks pretty good. A little sloppiness right around the wrist or upper, I guess, forearm area. Some green on there. But aside from that, the figure looks pretty good. And she comes with a couple accessories as well. And one of the accessories that I do enjoy that she comes with is Mayhem. Now, Mayhem we saw in the premiere episode, Mystic Mayhem. And so it's cool that we get this packaged with April. There's no articulation on it, but it is a well-painted little accessory. Kind of reminds me of some of the sidekicks that came with the old TMNT figures, so that's a cool addition. She also comes with a baseball bat and a Mystic bat as well, since the Turtles obviously discovered the Mystic powers in this series. It seems that the characters all come with a Mystic weapon of sorts. And there was one last thing I wanted to touch upon too. If we do just look at the box art, I forgot to mention up in the right hand corner, you probably recall from my previous review if you watched it, or any other review on these figures, that the Turtles have the picture of whatever the turtle that comes in the package. Now this one obviously has the 4 turtles, so it's kind of neat. I remember using this when I look through the shelves, look through the pegs and see if there's a turtle, then I know obviously if I see Donatello I don't need it, but if I see this, then I know it could be Splinter, it could be April, and we'll get to the other figures as well that are in this line that have this same box art. So I did want to mention that before we wrap things up. Overall, these are great interpretations of the figures from this cartoon line. I'm glad I picked them up. And be sure to check out my previous review if you haven't yet of the 4 turtles themselves, and be on the lookout for my next review of Baron Draxum, Meat Sweats, and the Origami Ninja. And thank you so much for watching.